Hey guys, my name is Savannah Savage. My topic is grain-free diets and the possible link to dilated cardiomyopathy and deficiency in taurine levels in canines. More specifically, my question is, do these diets contribute to the development of DCM and taurine deficiency, or do other factors come into play? So some vocab, DCM is the enlargement of the left ventricle in the heart. This ventricle is responsible for pumping blood to the body. It's the biggest chamber in the heart and the most important. When DCM is occurring, basically the left ventricle is enlarged, dilated, and it's weakened. In serious cases, dogs can develop congestive heart failure, and the heart cannot relax completely and also cannot pump blood to the body efficiently. Taurine is an amino acid which is found in heart muscles, the retina of the eye, and brain tissue. It's extremely important to dogs. They can synthesize it on their own, but if they are not being fed the nutrients that synthesize taurine, then it can cause a taurine deficiency. Go back real quick. So I have some echocardiographs on here. This is a normal one. Here's the left ventricle. This is a normal size, and here's also the left atrium right here. In a DCM dog, the left ventricle right here, very, very big. Also the left atrium, very, very big. So I'm going to get a little scientific. So taurine, like I said earlier, dogs can synthesize it on their own, but they still need help getting the nutrients that make up taurine. These are methionine and cysteine, which are also amino acids. Here's methionine, here's cysteine. Metabolic intermediates and cofactors, which are methyl donors, those are right here. These are required in the diets, however, the amounts are kind of a gray line at this point. Some specialty diets don't include the proper amount, or they have a significantly lower amount of methionine. They do this because there's been talk that methionine can contribute to cancer. It allows the cancer cells to latch on more easily and spread a lot faster. However, there's not been any research on that, and it's very unverified. Legumes also are one of the main ingredients in grain-free diets. It's a high protein source which replaces the grains, and they are characteristically low in methionine. So grain-free versus grain-based, obviously the huge difference is the usage of grains. Grain-free excludes rice, corn, wheat, and barley. Often replaces grains with vegetables such as potatoes, sweet potatoes, broccoli, peas, carrots, lentils, and chickpeas. It's usually a low ingredient. That's something that they kind of pride themselves on, that it doesn't use a whole lot of ingredients. It's more natural. Grain-based obviously includes rice, corn, wheat, barley, and also rye and soy. It can be high ingredient, but that's to ensure that the diet is formulated properly, it's complete and balanced. High ingredient is not necessarily a bad thing. So I have some research articles that I've included in here. So 48 DCM dogs with known diet histories were observed over a 3-year period. The individuals were grouped by diet. Most common grain-free diet is GF1, other grain-free diets are GFO, and grain-based diets are GB. Things that were monitored over this 3-year period were echocardiographic parameters, measuring the size of that left ventricle, taurine concentrations in the blood, and vertebral heart scale were all compared. So the results, GF1 dogs weighed less, left ventricular size was greater, and sphericity index was less compared to both GFO and GB dogs. Diastolic left ventricle size was greater in all GF dogs compared to GB dogs. No difference in fractional shortening, left atrial size, or vertebral heart scale between groups. 7 dogs did change their diet, received taurine supplementation, and their echocardiograph saw improvements. So, good stuff. The second research article is specifically on golden retrievers. They seem to be overrepresented in terms of DCM. So this is possibly due to BEG diets, which are boutique, exotic, and grain-free diets. So not necessarily all of these dogs were eating grain-free, but they were all eating BEG diets, which more likely than not included a grain-free diet. 24 golden retrievers with DCM and low plasma or whole blood taurine were observed after 24-month diet change and the supplementation of taurine. So all but one saw really good echocardiographic improvement. And then before the study, 9 dogs had congested heart failure. After the study, they saw that the heart failure had resolved and they were able to be taken off diuretics or have a very low dosage. The last study I've included is specifically on the usage of legumes, one of the main ingredients in grain-free diets. I mentioned that earlier. This can decrease the crude protein digestibility, so kind of counteracting itself there. Legumes include peas, lentils, chickpeas, and dry beans. Like I said earlier, they're very low in methionine, which is important for taurine synthesis, and high in lysine, which can contribute to kidney disease if the levels are too high. So grain-free diets, like I said, they like boasting that they have a low ingredient or limited ingredient amount. But using one ingredient in excess can actually do more harm than good because you're not able to get a well-rationed formulated diet. So on the research side, they did a 24-week study on soybean meal concentration up to 17% in dog food. The study found that the soybean meal inclusion did not affect the nutrient status of the animals at all. But however, they did do a nutritional analysis on dog food brands on the market, and they saw that soybean concentration was up to 40%, and some dog food brands that use legumes instead of grains. So my thoughts, there can be numerous causes for DCM. These include genetic predisposition, often seen in large breeds, genetic mutation, predisposition to taurine deficiency, that's where the golden retrievers and beagles come in, and diet and physiology, which would be grain-free and how much exercise they're getting. Large breed dogs do synthesize taurine 50% lower than that of small breeds, which does make them more susceptible to taurine deficiency. So all of these can contribute to DCM, plus adding a grain-free diet can also just further that contribution even more, which is why I personally don't see grain-free diets as a good thing. They seem to do more harm than good. Even if you have a small dog who synthesizes taurine fine on its own, with all the research and everything being done, why not just feed a regular dog food diet on the market that's formulated and complete and balanced all the way. I have noted that grain-free diets may not necessarily cause DCM, but rather contribute to the likelihood of an already predisposed animal. However, BEG diets that are not formulated correctly because they're not regulated by the FDA can contribute to DCM through taurine deficiency and other nutrient deficiencies all on their own. And some BEG diets do mostly include grain-free diets. So I just added my answer and solution. Grain-free diets, like I said, seem to do more harm than good. I wouldn't take the chance of just feeding grain-free because there's not really any pros that would outweigh the negatives. DCM is a pretty serious condition. It's very uncomfortable for the animals. It does take a while to treat, and even then, the dog can develop congested heart failure and eventually pass away from that. So in conclusion, I wouldn't feed my dog grain-free diets. I do have a large breed dog who is a boxer who is predisposed for the condition and taurine deficiency. So I definitely would not feed my dog grain-free. I don't really think anyone should. Just stick to your regular diets you can buy at Walmart, or prescription diets. Those are all going to be regulated perfectly, all going to be complete and balanced. So that's what I would recommend and what I got out of this research. And here are my works cited. Thank you.